Welcome to Dark Horse Auto and Diesel. In this video, I'm going to show you how to fix a broken rear window on a Ford Focus. The stupid part is I literally just fixed the one on the right side 10 minutes ago. Usually what happens is this stupid little plastic clip thinger here ends up breaking off. There's little tabs right there and they tend to snap off, and also there's a little piece that goes across the top of this that holds a cable, and sometimes that'll snap too. One of the biggest recommendations I can give you though to start with before you even tear into this is as soon as you hear it snap, don't press the button to move the window motor up or down. Just leave it alone, because what can happen, there's a cable in there that runs it up and down, and sometimes it can come loose or get tangled up, and it's quite a pain to get it untangled and put back on. The first thing you need to do is there's several screws along the edge of the door panel. One there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's a 7th little one here. These are all T20 inside the door handle there. Then you'll want to take on your handle here, this piece here pops off, and I like to use a plastic pry bar. It's far less likely to mar up everything. These are a little bit difficult to get out. Sometimes they just fly out and almost hit you in the face. And then there and there is where you're going to need the 1/4-inch nut driver. Next, we'll pop this piece off here. Carefully get behind it. And then there's just a single wiring harness to unclip here. And there's a little tab right there. You have to push in on that and then it'll pull out, which that's rather difficult to do one-handed holding a camera, so I'm going to do that off camera. If you can't figure that part out, you probably shouldn't be doing this job. Then we're going to pop this piece off right here, and there's 2 little metal clips that hold it in, and you'll just pry straight out on it. Now everything's loose. Now we can go ahead and just grab a hold of the handle, kind of pull out a little bit, and then lift up. It's a little easier if you pull the back side out first. Now this little foam piece here, you can just pop in those clips out. And this is where one of these tools comes in really handy. If you don't have one, I'd highly recommend buying one. Sometimes these will break. You know, these cars are pushing 20 years old, some of them. If they break, it's not a big deal. It is what it is. Then we'll need to pull this material back here. Just be patient with it. Just kind of slow and easy, because it tears real easy. And this rubbery crap was gonna get all over. You're going to want to peel it back about that far, and you've got about a probably about 105% chance that you're going to tear some of this. Not a big deal. Just try to minimize it, because this stuff is your only sound insulation from the outside road noise and whatnot. So what we're going to do now is take these 3 bolts out here. These are 8mm or 5/16. There's one there, one up here, and one here. And we're going to pull the whole track and motor out. Comes out as an assembly, and this piece, it clips onto the window up there. We'll probably just break it off in order to get this out, and then this will stay attached to the window for now. So we'll take the bottom 2 completely out, leaving the top one in for now. To make my life easier, I'm just going to break this right now. Oh, and don't forget to unhook your wire here either. The camera angle kind of sucks right now, but doing what I have to do here. I'm holding the window up with my left hand, and I'm taking the top bolt out of the motor, and it's about to drop. There we go. This would be significantly easier if you're doing this with both hands. Yep, I was right. That top piece is snapped right out of it. So we'll just go ahead and pull this out of there. Then we'll remove this plastic piece from the glass here, which again, far easier if you've got two hands, but you just get behind it, pop it down, kind of pull out past this little plastic nub in here. Now, about the only advice I can give you on this piece, you can see I used my little plastic pry bar thingy and wedged it down in there, and then just got my hand up under the back side, back in here, and just squeezed and pulled it back that way, which was incredibly painful, and got it popped down below. So there, it's off. Now it's beer time. Then next we'll get our new part, which I got that off of Amazon. This regulator fix, it was like $6, something like that. Pretty cheap. But now the fun begins. This part's a little difficult. So what we need to do, we'll take the cable off of this side. It'll probably come off over here too. Not a big deal. We'll fix that in a little bit. And we need to make sure we have this piece on right. We'll take our clip here. It's going to be oriented this way when you put it back together. So flip it over this way, because this channel here is longer, sticking out. That's important in a minute. Then we'll get these snapped in here. Alright. Then we'll just take this, flip this over so you can see better. That's going to go over that channel and pop down. And it helps to take a little screwdriver . Now we'll get our cable attached on this side. Make sure it goes down into the groove. And then what we're going to do is get the cable put up over this wheel just like that. Push this up and get this cable tensioned as much as possible. And get this set up on here. And you can see it's already starting on there. We'll try to get that as close to the top as we can. Just a little bit of slack right here. This one's pretty tight. This is usually easier said than done. And you can use a screwdriver or something to help rotate this around. There we go. Next, if you still have it, if it's not completely destroyed or you haven't thrown it away yet, take this little piece off here. Yeah, if you don't have it, it's not a big deal. But we'll just stick that on the new one. And it'll help too at this point if you get something kind of holding the window up for you, just temporarily keep it out of the way. I've just got a little plastic pry bar wedged in there a little bit. And then we'll go ahead and get this whole assembly put back in here. So what I've done here is I've just plugged the switch back in. That way I can operate the window motor right now. And you don't have to do this. The only reason I've done it was just so that I could bring this down further because it was up here. But I brought it down so that I can show you better what we're doing. You can leave it up higher if you want. All right, so pull your wedge out. Gently guide the window down. Make sure it's lined up in between those two pieces. And then all we're going to do is come up here and just push down on the window. You're going to have to put some pretty good pressure down on it because it's got to spread that apart. It's really loud. My ear is now ringing, but it's in. And then a quick function check before we put everything back together. Yep. It'll usually stick up here pretty decent where it was. If it doesn't hold up perfect, it's fine because once we get the door panel back on, it'll hold it in place. Sometimes these can be a little bit stubborn to get back on, but what I do is I just tip the bottom towards you and get the top kind of started. Get your wire fed through so that doesn't get caught. And then just kind of push down and that way on the top of it. And you can see there it just kind of popped right in. Now we can go ahead and get all of our screws put back in all the way around and also here in the door handle. Then we'll give everything one more function check. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Now I'd highly recommend going and lubricating your window tracks. And this is what I use. It's just a silicone lubricant. You don't want to use WD-40 or anything like that that's petroleum based because over time that will eat up the rubber through here. But silicone and rubber, they get along quite nicely. So just don't go crazy with it, but just spray a decent little bit in there. Try not to get a bunch of overspray on your plastics and whatnot because they can stain them and make them really slippery at the same time. If you do get a little bit of overspray, it's not a big deal. Just try to keep it cleaned off as you go. And then just run the window up and down a few times to distribute it. And it should start moving quite a bit quicker. And then the final and most important step of all, celebration beer. If this video helped you out, you can actually help other people in the DIY community by liking and subscribing. The way the YouTube algorithm works is the more likes that a video has, the more likely it is to show up in people's search results. And subscribing helps me out by letting me know that people are actually finding this content useful. And maybe someday I can make a buck or two off of these videos and it'll help pay for some of the beer that I drink while making these terrible productions.